not talk now. I can't connect to you closer. Not started yet.
There's been a problem on the iPad, so we're just going to, I guess, try and restart Safari. Every once in a while there's a technical difficulty, and by every once in a while I mean pretty much every week there's something different that's difficult about life, and that's kind of the nature of it.
Not changing. Not happening.
It's really not. Apparently, Derp is aware of our struggles. He has a response.
Maybe you can just go without that.
Without that, what are we at all?
There. Palm up, grasping chi. Hold the ball. Okay, it's working now.
In that
You
case,
start?
would you like to do the honors of?
No.
Okay. The honors are all mine. All right. Mom's here. That means we can actually start.
Oh my god. Do you know where to click?
Oh, here we go. Qigong. What do you know it? Today we are going to do Qigong together. I am Jordan.
I'm Egan.
Yue. And this is Diane Qigong. Yue, how do you say Diane Qigong?
大雁气功.
Diane Qigong. We're going to do warm-ups. We're going to do some movement details. And we'll do the form. All 64 moves. Starting with waist rotations on the warm-ups. Massaging. Up and down and then back and forth. And then waist rotations the other direction. And then bring palm over palm into chest, massaging the chest. Switching which hand is on top and massaging that direction. And we'll do hip rotations, so feet shoulder wide, feet parallel, and this stance is used throughout the form, so worth getting right at the start just to look down at your feet and make sure they're actually parallel to each other.
They're
Pretty parallel is pretty good. And then fingers or palms into Huan Tiao, the divot in the buttocks. hands are actually down on the hips for this.
My hips is here.
Really? Your hips are up there?
I hope so. That means my leg is long.
Then massage Huantiao. And lower back. And rotations in the other direction.
Yes, this is the same direction. You've been rotating the same direction.
I've been rotating the same direction? Have you been rotating the same direction?
Sure.
I've been rotating the same direction my entire life. But I think that maybe your Huantiao is a little bit lower. Because the hips are down there. And I don't think there's anything wrong with your torso or legs ratio.
It's not. Because here is more common.
Oh. But that's more of a waist rotation stance. And then palm over palm into lower dantian. Switch your channels on top, other direction. If you're doing the same direction again, hopefully you have somebody to call you out. And then legs together for knee rotations, resting the hands gently on the knees. And since the form is infinitely modifiable, the warm-ups are also infinitely modifiable. So if you do feel like holding your waist while you're doing the hip rotations, why not? Give it a try. Give it a try.
You just say this so you can correct my form. Because you love to correct me.
And massage the knees. I don't necessarily love correcting you and knee rotations the other directions, but I do love that you participate so that we have new details in the warm-ups and the form to look at together. I love that part. Because with every person I practice Qigong with, there's different things to look at in the warm-ups and the form that don't just teach the student, but teach me as well about being in the body. And massage the knees the other direction. Another set of knee rotations can go lower and let the heels come up off the ground. Then massage down the legs. And then knee rotations the other direction. And if you feel like this is too many knee rotations, you can take a break. You can do some walking meditation. You can do a different warm-up from another practice that you enjoy. Infinitely modifiable. And then massage up the insides of the legs. Feet back together for arm circles. And if you have another warm-up or move from another form or practice that you do, it'd be cool to hear about it. Then push up. Alternating, relaxing and extending. Feeling the ribs opening. And up to the right. Center and to the right. All right. And then to the left. Left. Center and left. And then folding at the wall. Pushing down. Circles. And pushing down from the upper dantian forehead. Outside the left little toe. Outside the right little toe. Grasping the elbows and arm circles. And hold the ankles if you feel like going down that far. Otherwise, just massage down the legs. And then pat down the legs. Again, this is a great one to do variations on. If you feel like you get more out of the patting than you do out of the extension through the back of the legs, you can let the knees bend so that you can pat down and get all the joints. Then we'll get some kicks in. So kicking with the heel and bringing the leg down in an arc. Every time I catch myself or somebody else yawning, I think about the tongue touching the palate, the tiger's mouth. We got tiger palm and tiger mouth, even though we're geese. Then kicking with the toes. And then chin to toe.
So happy, just chin to toe.
Who doesn't love chin to toe? Okay, so it's quite a challenging movement.
Chin to toe.
Chin to toe. Meaning we align the chin and the toe. We don't try and touch the chin to the toe because
Can you?
because who can? I can tell you who can. Shifu at Wenwu School could. Into his late age, he could do chin to toe, literally. And if you're interested in where the warm-ups come from for Dian Qigong, the Wenwu Kung Fu book has a lot of the warm-ups in it and more. 6 fingers, 3 on each hand. Massage. Patting down the leg. Finding the back on the way up. Other side. Grasping elbows. Chin to toe. Eyes on the floor so that the chin and toe can align. Playing with the extension through the left leg. Reaching on 6 fingers, 3 on each hand. Grasping the toe. Oh no, we're supposed to massage first. Grasping the toe next time.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we got a little extra in patting on the leg. Minding the back on the way out. Then we get to do chin to toe again. So, what is it? Is it 3 fingers now, or 2 fingers, or 1 finger, or
6 fingers.
6 fingers? The oh no reminded me as we're doing warm-ups in the form.
The
And
what? Reminding you?
the oh no, I let out an oh no, because we did extra. Two fingers, one in each hand.
So many things has been inspiring to you, huh?
Uh-huh.
The gardening is reminding you of something, and the oh no inspiring.
It's kind of beautiful life. It has all these inspirations in it.
Okay, what's the oh no?
Grasping the toe. Well, what if we had oh yeses in addition to oh no's? Oh yeah. Grasping the toe, massaging the leg. Oh yeah. I guess that sounds kind of like the Kool-Aid Man.
I'm sending you up already.
I hope that you minded your back on the way up. Very important to mind back on the way up. Other side, 6 fingers, 3 in each hand. But also with the oh no's, just the transition from oh no to just being okay with wherever you wound up and not jerking yourself out of that place, but finding a smooth transition from that place to where you think that you wanted to be. Huh?
Is this some kind of nutritional?
Nutritional therapy? Yes, 2 fingers, 1 in each hand. But since the form is flowing.
This is in Chinese. It's called jitang.
Jitang.
Jitang is a chicken bone soup. You're feeding people chicken soup.
That's a good thing, though, right?
Then the rest,
grasping toes.
Then it's universally correct.
Yes.
Use it everywhere.
Yes, that's the beauty of Qigong. You can use it everywhere, every moment, every day of your life.
So it's useless.
It's not useless. It's infinite.
I'm not saying Qigong is useless. I'm saying if it's universally applicable, not specifically addressing any problem.
But doesn't that mean it's addressing every problem?
Then it's become a poison. Jitang.
A poison? Chicken soup is poison?
Jitang. Jitang is the chicken soup.
Jitang.
And it's the term you use to describe this type of, words that people try to fit it in your brain, and then people slowly repeat that's a poison. Jitang.
Miles knew Dian Qigong very well.
What?
Like, the name Diane?
Mm-hmm.
Like Princess Diane? Diane?
Oh.
Okay, toe kicks, heel kicks, toe kicks, pretzel maneuver. Relax, other side. Relax other side. Aligning palms to ears. Relax. Other side again. Good and left. You're kind of looking right. Relax, and then connecting on the shoulders and under the armpits. Or just massaging any points of your body that feel like they need it. Because a lot of the times as you're doing warm-ups, you'll notice a lot about your body that you've been in that you've been ignoring. And especially computer workers, the arms and shoulders on computer workers are just wrecked. Arm rotations. Like doing the pretzel maneuver. I'm left-handed, so my left shoulder, I could tell it was tight. Painfully tight. Other direction. Hand up the back, down the front. Gravity and momentum trading.
How is your
places. Your palm through this is open. Like generally the Qigong palm is just open with the fingers evenly spread. So if you can like stick your other hand's fingers through, that's like evenly spread, and then relax it a little bit so that they're closer together, but evenly spread, and then the thumb is wider and open. For Fugu,
that way.
Fugu to open up. Yeah, and the thumb leads going forward, and then the left hand, as we're doing it this way, the thumb on the outside, fingers on the inside, or on the thigh. Okay, we're going the other way now.
What is the yarning reminding you?
That during the warm-ups in the form, the tongue is resting on the palate, relaxed, so that it covers as much of the palate as possible, just sitting softly there. And if you're trying too hard, you'll notice that it's stiff and pushing against the palate. And if you're not trying hard enough, you'll notice that it's simply not touching.
How is this related to yarning?
If you yawn, you can't keep your tongue on the palate of your mouth.
Do you know if you want to yarn? Do you know a quick way to stop the yarning?
Put your tongue on the palate of the mouth.
Correct.
I didn't think that was going to be the right answer, but somehow I nailed it. And feet together, massaging lower back, shoe kidney points. Don't you think that we should make a meme NFT now about Diane Qigong, like the queen being a goose?
I didn't get it.
Oh, it's a word play, because Diane, how do you say it? How do you say it properly? Diane.
This wordplay is gonna be very hard. You have a very small audience. For a meme, you want it to be popular. It's about like Olympic level. The Olympic person, the short video of her has put 10 million views.
Well, you never know when Qigong is gonna blow up like wildfire. Just like axes. Iota's favorite digital pet of the week. Tamagotchi in the drawer. Axes totally in. Digimon's in the drawer. Axes, totally in. Am I right?
Is Go playing Axie?
No, Derp is not playing Axes.
I'm not playing Axis either. I just read the news about it. That it's grow insane, the price of Axie. And Jordan has some. So I asked Jordan how much of those animals that you owned as a digital asset, what's the price now? What is the price?
I don't even want to think about it way too much. Eye-hand coordination. This is good for video games. Like Axes.
See? He doesn't want to think about it and he keep bringing it. And he's Iota's favorite game. All I did is just read the news about it. Jordan has been playing since last year, and he tried to get Aaron to play with him. Is that true?
I think that Derp knows how I play video games, which is for about 5 minutes.
But this time is good though. You own those assets and it's low up.
Mm-hmm.
Better find a way to get rid of them.
Yes. Massaging the palm out to the ends of the fingers. Other side. And massage out to the ends of the fingers.
You have this friend's wedding on the beach tomorrow. Are you planning to go?
Absolutely. Are you planning to go?
If you'll go, I'll go.
Okay. Can massage hulu. Meaty bit in between the thumb and the forefinger. Pointer finger. And massage the neck. Other side. And front of the neck. We're already on to the temple. Do you want to remind us where the temple is?
So how I find the temple is in the eye protecting thing we did in the elementary school. The first one is you put the thumb on the temple, and the teacher told us how to find the temple is close your mouth and bite. When you bite, and you can, when you bite, there is the temple will
Push out.
push out, and that's the temple.
Mm.
But this is the eye protecting thing that we do in China.
That's interesting because for me, when I do that pushing out, it's higher than where I thought my temple was. But it's
you need to feel which one, like
Mhm.
if you find that is the temple, and when you massage it, you should feel special, like you massage anywhere else, you won't have the connection. It's a meridian, right? So if it, that's how I locate my temple, and it's always right.
What if my left and my right one are different?
It's okay. The people are different too. Next.
Okay, next.
Corner of the eye.
Corner of the eye. How do we find the corner of the eye?
It's kind of just not the way.
So feeling through the orbit of the skull around the eye to the divot towards the center.
I think this probably has something to do with the eye protection thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the first, look at me, the eye protection. So there's the first one is do this. There's 40 times do that.
40 times?
Yes. You count. And then it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one is this one. It's kind of like the corner of the eye. The first one
you just use one hand.
Yeah, you use one hand, do this. And the third one is the corner of the nose, but it is not the right corner. It's like one finger away from the corner of the nose. Hold this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4.
This one is the hardest for me to find your way.
Oh, the third, I think this is. Oh, this is the first one. This is the fourth one.
Oh.
I can't find your video. Definitely, I can find the video.
Yeah, because every student did it, right?
Oh, yeah. Everyone did that. So this is the thing that we do inside of the classroom before the fourth class in the morning, in the AM. And then. So in the AM we have 4 classes. We also have to do a physical, like a qigong. What do you do in the outside of the classroom before the third of the class? So in the morning, we'll first have 2 classes, and then between the second and the third class, we go in the court.
The whole school?
The whole school. Yeah, and we're lined up and do this. Do this stuff. And then that's for 10 minutes, and then we start the third class. The third class end, we play for 10 minutes, and then we go back, we do this. And then we start the fourth class.
I see.
It's kind of mandatory.
It sounds kind of mandatory. Kind of like qigong, right?
Does America has that?
No.
Because everybody was pretty active in America anyway.
Not everybody, but it was just different. Like you'd have all of your classes were in different rooms. So in between classes, you'd get up and you had like 10 or 15 minutes to go do whatever you needed to do.
Like even in the elementary school, you don't have.
That was starting in like 5th or 6th grade for us. We had different classrooms.
Oh, we do. We have different classroom only for music. PE class. PE is physical exercise. And we have the art class. So the art classroom, music classroom, they're different. Only those ones. Because like the music, you need the piano.
Yeah, for 5th and 6th grade, at least in Minnesota, Eden Prairie, they did different classrooms, not for every single class. You still had to like your homeroom, but then for subjects, you would go to different classes.
Was the same classmate or different classmate?
If I remember correctly, it was mixed up. There was different classmates.
Why?
To introduce you to different people and get you ready for high school, where every hour you switched and were with different people.
Really? We have the same classmate.
For every single Hour.
For the 6 year of elementary school, it's always the same. But then, in the middle school, there's 3 years of middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Then, after first year, you will choose between science or literature, or science or the other one. What's the other one? Nature. What's the?
I don't know what the opposite of science is. Art and science.
No. So there's the science. If you're good at science, you choose science. Then you take physics, chemistry,
Mm-hmm.
math. Math is everybody has to take. But then if you choose,
Like liberal arts. Maybe liberal arts.
I don't know how do they translate it. In China, is literature. If you're good at more of like a writing and this like left brain,
Mm-hmm.
then your class will be heavy on history, geography, and
Culture, I guess.
yeah, humanity.
Mm-hmm. Humanities.
Mm-hmm. Oh, in the science also biology. So biology, physics, and the chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Then you don't have to. They will take. You still would have the history class, but it's less because you're not focused on that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same in America?
Roughly, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that means in the middle school you will have the same classmate for the first year, and then you will meet new classmate for the rest 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a little.
Oh, there is a test before, so it's not. You can say you wanna to do science, but there is also a test. They will tell you. They will give you a recommendation. There is a test, and then for the high school, then you move to the high school. That's another 3 years before college, before the university.
Mhm.
You can everybody
Just 3 years.
3 years of high school, 3 years of middle school, 3 years of high school, 6 years of elementary school. Total is 12 years.
Okay.
And in the high school, it's more important because it's the thing before Gaokao. At the sophomore, that's the first year.
Sophomore.
What's the second one?
Junior.
A junior year, they can waive the class you don't like it.
Really? They can just waive it?
You take a test like a geography and the history. If you pass the test and you say I'm focusing on the science, you can just don't take it at all if you pass the test.
So you have to have been good at it previously.
Yes, you
can't just skip something you're bad at.
Not bad at. It's just something all that need you to know is you have the common sense of what's north, northwest, how is the what's the different weather of the place. It's all the basic stuff.
Okay. So for my example, like if I was terrible at Spanish and I didn't do well on my Spanish test, I couldn't just say, oh, I don't want to do Spanish.
No, there are mandatory class and there are those classes that prove that the society doesn't need you to study it in a deep manner, then you don't have to. But if your goal is to become like working in the NASA, then you will not waive those costs.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I guess we can do a single bow and then look at some movement details. So last week we ended with 42, which is the just massaging here. And then this week we're covering 43 through 47. So grasping chi with the palms up, holding the ball, massaging the ball. And 46 is massaging the ball right, 47 is massaging the ball left. So this is 42. We just finished shaking. And when we're shaking, our right hand, the fingers are together. Left hand, the fingers are spread apart. Left hand above the belly button, right hand below the belly button. Left hand, the middle finger is touching the navel. Right hand, the pointer finger is touching the navel. So we massaged our internal organs. Let everything settle where it needs to go. And the feet are shoulder wide here, parallel. Then 43, grasping chi. I'll do this to the side. We drop the hand, and usually during the form you keep your wrist so that your hand is aligned with the wrist. There's very few times where it's not aligned, but here you can let the wrist drop as the elbow reaches just below shoulder high. The thumb is below the clavicle. It's been tracing up the stomach meridian up the front of the body. Fingers reach out, grasp the chi in a loose fist and bring it back down to the di meridian and back up below the clavicle. Left hand, same thing. And in total, you reach 10 times. 5 with the right, 5 with the left. And with each one, as you reach out, your eyes meet the hand and are on the hand. And then as you form a loose fist and bring the hand down, your eyes return to the horizon. And then after 10 of those, you do grasping chi palms up, which you let the elbow drop, drag the pinky down the stomach meridian to the di meridian, and reach up to shoulder high, in below the collarbone again. Chihu. Chihu is below the collarbone. Chupen is above the collarbone. And it's the same thing as reaching palms up, where as the hand comes up and comes into your gaze, you focus on it, make the loose fist, bring it in, and as the hand comes out of your field of view, you look forward to the horizon again. And then after 10 of those, you open up the palms so that the backs of the hand are facing each other, and you spiral the hands up, past the neck, past the face, upper dantian, and hold the ball. This is similar to when we do the opening of the form and we're opening to the sky and holding the ball. This feeling as we're spiraling past the face, opening to the sky. Similar, holding the ball, coming down, bringing it to either side of the feet, bring it to the right side, and as you bring it to the right side, you can play with, if it feels better to bring it to the right side, pause and bring the hands, the right hand on top of the left hand, or Jean likes to make it all one motion and let the right hand wind up at the left hand as you reach the left side. However you get there, the right hand is on top, the left hand is on bottom, and you massage. And as you massage, you're looking in between the hands at the ball you're massaging, and you're massaging in towards lower dantian. Regardless of how bent over you are, you can do it at a 15-degree angle, and you're still looking at the hands, massaging towards lower dantian. And since you're so focused on lower dantian and pushing the hands in towards lower dantian, your core is engaged through this movement as you're moving from the left to the right. And then turning the hands over, and it's like contact juggling. You want to keep that ball of chi in between your hands, so you can even practice standing up without bending over at all, just finding sensitivity between your hands and turning it over and seeing if that sensitivity remained as you turn it over. So just playing with that. And then left hand is on top, right hand is on bottom, and massaging the other direction. And this is a little bit tricky because we massage 8 times on the way back and then 2 times to be back in front.
Well, you massage here, you don't change it again?
To review, on the left side, you wound up with your right hand on top and you massage 10 times to the right. Then you switch the hands over. Then you massage 8 times to the left, and then your hands don't flip over again.
Oh.
And then you massage 2 times back to the center. And then you stand up and the hands come back into lower dantian. That's getting into 48 for the next movement. So that's it for today's movements. We covered off on a few terms. Dimeridian is the meridian around the waist. It's an extraordinary meridian because it crosses all of the normal meridians that run up and down through the body. The dimeridian goes around the waist and intersects all of those vertical meridians that run through the body. So di is an extraordinary meridian. Stomach meridian just runs up from the dimeridian to below the collarbone. And the loose fist that we covered, it's not like a tight, I'm gonna punch something fist. It's letting, if you play around with like the flapping and then you just have a sensitivity in your palm, a warmth to the palm, you're holding something, there's a looseness to the fist where you could actually see through it. And the thumb is connected to the middle finger. I guess? Is that the middle finger? Yes. And that loose fist. And that lets you grasp chi and then bring the chi into yourself and drag it through your meridians. If you grasp it too tightly, then you actually don't have anything grasped when you bring it in. And there's nothing to drag through your meridians. Would you like to demonstrate?
Mm-hmm.
So the right hand, the fingers are together, but the thumb is, but the fingers are together. And can you point to your belly button? Okay, so this finger is at the bottom of your belly button, and this finger is at the top of your belly button. So the pointer finger is below your belly button, and the index, the middle finger is above the belly button. And when you're shaking, it's not just on the surface, it's actually penetrating into the organs. So you hold the skin tight and your fat tight and whatever you got inside you tight, and give it a shake so that all of your internal organs get the benefit of those vibrations. And that makes it more effective for the chi to settle where it needs to go if you just give everything a good shake. And then rest so that it can settle. And shake. And rest. Shake. Rest. And then grasp chi. So, yep, right hand comes up first below the collarbone, and you drag the thumb up the body. As you stop shaking, you drag the thumb up the body below the collarbone. So the thumb. And then as you reach out, fingers lead the way. Yep. Loose fist. And as you're doing this, as you come up, the wrists are ideally straight. And you'll feel, if you maintain a straight wrist, you find that it brings the arm up, and it's a little bit more difficult, but it gives you, it's more expansive if you keep the wrists straight throughout this movement. And there's the wrist. And you want to keep the wrist straight from as you bring it in. Keep the wrist straight as it comes up the body.
Not dragging.
So from the side, you bring the wrist up and you can let it come down the first time, but after that the wrist is straight as you reach out, and as you come in the wrist is staying straight, and you don't actually touch the body, you just drag up through and you maintain that loose fist up below the collarbone. Yep. And it's okay for it not to come all the way in on the way down, but do make sure that you have the mental connection between that opening in your loose fist aligning with the dime meridian around your waist before coming up, so that it completes the circuit. And on the way up, there's a lot of detail in these movements. I should probably break these up into 2 separate lessons. On the way up, as you form the loose fist, is the same thumb on the middle finger, and it comes in so that the pinky is close to your body. So before, as we were reaching, the thumb was close to the body. On the way up, the pinky comes into the body. That's probably enough details for today, unless you want to keep going. Okay, yeah. So that's enough details. Let's hop into the form, but before we do the form, let's do 3 bows to each other. And as always, if you have any questions about the form, movements, don't hesitate to use the chat or email or text or whatever. Do 3 bows, thanking each other for coming together, thanking the teachers for preserving the form, and sending out good energy to everybody that needs it, mixing with the universal energy that exists. Nature, all that stuff, atmosphere, space to do the form. So we can find our space. And find that neutral zeroed out stance with the feet parallel. Arms hanging loosely at the sides, thumbs forward. Tongue touching lightly by way to the sky. And fold.
Makes moves.
Okay. Thank you for practicing. Thanks to all of the teachers who have preserved the form through the generations. Thanks to the universe in returning any excess energy out to those who need it. Now that COVID's over, you can clap together. Thank you for practicing. See you Saturday or next Wednesday, depending on circumstances of geography. See ya later. Goodbye.